There will be moments in life when everything feels difficult. You may work hard and still see no results. You may give your best and still experience failure. You may wake up each morning carrying problems that seem too heavy to handle. During those moments, it is easy to believe that your situation will never change. But the truth is simple. Hard times are temporary. Think about the seasons of nature. Winter can feel cold, dark, and endless, but it always gives way to spring. Storms can fill the sky with darkness, but eventually the clouds move away and the sun appears again. Your life has seasons too. A difficult season does not mean that your entire life will remain difficult. Sometimes you are in the middle of a struggle and cannot see what is coming next. You only see the problems in front of you. You may not know when things will get better, and that uncertainty can make you want to quit. But you don't need to know exactly when the storm will end. You only need enough courage to keep moving through it. Remember how many difficult moments you have already survived. There were days when you thought you couldn't handle something, yet somehow you did. There were situations that once seemed impossible, but today they are part of your past. That is proof that you are stronger than you sometimes believe. Don't measure your entire future by one bad day. A bad day is not a bad life. A failure is not a failed life. A rejection is not the end of your story. One difficult chapter does not determine how your entire story will end. When life becomes difficult, focus on what you can control. You may not be able to change everything around you, but you can control your attitude, your effort, your choices, and your decision to keep going. Take one step, then another. You don't have to solve your entire life in one day. Sometimes progress is invisible. You may be learning, growing, becoming stronger, and developing patience without realizing it. The struggle you are experiencing today may be preparing you for opportunities you are not ready for yet. So if you're going through a difficult time right now, don't give up simply because you cannot see the finish line. Keep believing, keep working, keep taking small steps forward. The storm will not last forever. The pain will not define you forever. The difficult season will eventually change. And when it does, you will look back and realize that the moment you almost gave up was actually the moment you were becoming stronger. Keep going. Your current situation is not your final destination. Better days can still be ahead. Failure is one of the most misunderstood parts of life. Many people believe that when they fail, it means they are not talented enough, smart enough, or capable enough. But failure does not mean you are finished. It means you have discovered one way that did not work. Every successful person has experienced failure. Behind every achievement, there are usually mistakes, disappointments, rejected opportunities, and moments when quitting seemed easier than continuing. The difference between people who eventually succeed and those who give up is often not talent. It is the willingness to keep going after failure. When you fail, your first reaction may be disappointment. You may feel embarrassed or question your abilities. Give yourself permission to feel that emotion, but don't allow it to become your identity. You failed at something. You are not a failure. A mistake can become a lesson if you are willing to learn from it. Ask yourself what went wrong. What could you have done differently? What did this experience teach you? When you look at failure this way, it stops being something that only hurts you and starts becoming something that can help you grow. Imagine learning to ride a bicycle. You don't learn by watching someone else ride perfectly. You learn by trying, losing your balance, falling, getting back up, and trying again. Every fall teaches you something about balance. Eventually, you become better because you were willing to continue. Life works the same way. Maybe you applied for an opportunity and were rejected. Maybe you started something and didn't succeed. Maybe you trusted someone and were disappointed. Maybe you worked toward a goal for months and still didn't get the result you wanted. These experiences can hurt, but they don't have to determine your future. Sometimes failure redirects you towards something better. A closed door can force you to search for another path. A setback can reveal weaknesses that you need to improve. A disappointment can teach you patience, discipline, and resilience. Don't let one failure convince you that you should stop trying. Instead, let it make you wiser. The people who achieve great things are not people who never fall. They are people who refuse to stay down. They understand that progress is rarely a straight line. There will be victories, setbacks, lessons, and new beginnings. So when you fail, don't ask, "Why am I not good enough?" Ask, what can I learn from this? Then stand up, adjust your approach, and try again. Your failure is not the end of your story. It is simply another chapter. You still have time. You still have opportunities. You still have the ability to grow. Keep moving forward, because sometimes the failure that hurts you today becomes the lesson that helps you succeed tomorrow. There will be moments in life when people doubt you. They may tell you that your dream is too big, your goal is impossible, or that you are not capable of achieving what you want. Sometimes their words can become so loud that you begin to believe them yourself. But you must remember this. Other people's doubts do not determine your potential. Believing in yourself does not mean thinking you are perfect. It means knowing that you can learn, improve, and become stronger. You may not have all the answers today, but that doesn't mean you cannot find them tomorrow. Every great achievement begins with someone who believes that something is possible before there is any proof. Before the success, there is usually uncertainty. Before confidence, there is often fear. The people who keep moving forward are not always fearless. They simply refuse to let fear make their decisions. There may be days when you don't feel confident. That's normal. Confidence is not something you have to feel every second. Sometimes, confidence is simply choosing to take the next step, even when you are nervous. Stop comparing your journey to someone else's. You may look at another person's success and think they are far ahead of you, but you don't know how many failures they experienced, how many nights they struggled, or how long they worked before anyone noticed them. Instead of asking, "Why am I not where they are?" ask yourself, "What can I do today to become better than I was yesterday?" Small improvements create powerful changes over time. If you make a mistake, learn. If you lack knowledge, study. If you lack experience, practice. If you are afraid, take one small step anyway. You don't need to become a completely different person overnight. You simply need to keep developing yourself. And when someone tells you that you cannot do something, don't waste all your energy trying to prove them wrong. Use that energy to prove yourself right. Let your actions speak. There will always be people who don't understand your vision. There will always be people who doubt your choices. That's okay. You don't need everyone to believe in your dream. You need enough courage to believe in it yourself. Your past does not define your potential. Your mistakes do not define your worth. Your current circumstances do not determine where you can go. Believe that you can grow. Believe that you can learn. Believe that you can overcome difficult moments. Most importantly, believe that your future can be better than your present. Because the moment you start believing in yourself, you stop waiting for someone else to give you permission to become the person you were meant to be. Keep going, keep learning, keep improving. One day, the person who doubted you the most might be surprised by how far you have come. But more importantly, you will be proud that you never stopped believing in yourself. You don't have to change your entire life in one day. You don't have to achieve your biggest dream overnight. Sometimes, we become frustrated because we focus so much on the destination that we forget to appreciate the small steps that are taking us there. When you have a big goal, it can feel overwhelming. You may look at how far you still have to go and wonder how you will ever get there. But instead of focusing on the entire journey, focus on the next step. One small step may not seem powerful today, but small steps repeated consistently can create incredible results. Think about learning a new skill. You won't become an expert in one afternoon. You learn a little, practice a little, make mistakes, and improve. After a few weeks, you notice progress. After a few months, you realize you are much better than when you started. The change happens slowly, but it happened because you kept showing up. The same principle applies to your goals, your career, your relationships, your health, and your personal growth. Maybe you want to become successful, but you don't know where to begin. Start with one action, read a few pages, learn something new, practice for 30 minutes, make one important phone call, apply for one opportunity, write down one idea. You don't need to have the entire plan figured out before you begin. Many people wait for the perfect moment. They tell themselves they will start when they have more time, more money, more confidence, or better circumstances. But the perfect moment rarely arrives. Progress begins when you decide to take action with what you have right now. Don't underestimate small beginnings. A single workout won't transform your body. A single book won't transform your mind. One day of discipline won't change your entire life, but one workout followed by another, one page followed by another, and one disciplined day followed by another can completely change your future. There will also be days when your progress feels invisible. You may work hard and see almost no results. Don't let that discourage you. Some of the most important growth happens beneath the surface. A seed doesn't become a tree overnight. It grows quietly before anyone can see the difference. Your progress may be the same. So stop worrying about how quickly other people are moving. Stop judging yourself because you haven't reached your final destination yet. Your journey doesn't have to look like anyone else's. Just keep moving. If you can take one step today, take it. Tomorrow, take another. If you fall behind, begin again. If you make a mistake, learn from it and continue. Remember, you don't need to climb the entire mountain in one day. You only need to keep taking the next step. One day, you'll look back and realize that all those small steps became a journey, and that journey took you much farther than you ever imagined. Asterisk small steps still count. Keep moving forward. There are moments in life when you wonder why you have to go through so many difficulties. You look at other people and wonder why their lives seem easier while you are fighting battles that nobody else can see. You may ask yourself, why is this happening to me? But sometimes, the struggles you wish you could avoid are the very experiences that build the strength you will need for your future. Strength is not created when everything is easy. Strength is created when life challenges you and you choose to keep going. Think about a muscle. It becomes stronger when it is challenged. In the same way, your character, confidence, patience, and resilience can become stronger when you face difficult situations. This doesn't mean that you should enjoy suffering or pretend that difficult experiences don't hurt. They do hurt. Losing, failing, being rejected, or feeling disappointed can be painful. But pain can also teach you lessons that comfort never could. Difficult moments can teach you patience. Failure can teach you humility. Rejection can teach you resilience. Mistakes can teach you wisdom. And challenges can reveal a strength inside you that you never knew existed. Sometimes, you don't discover how strong you are until being strong becomes your only choice. Maybe you have experienced a moment when you thought you couldn't continue, but somehow you did. Maybe you faced a problem that seemed impossible, yet you found a way through it. Look back at those moments. They are evidence that you are capable of surviving difficult seasons. Your struggles are not necessarily proof that you are weak. Sometimes they are proof that you are growing. The person you become after overcoming challenges can be very different from the person you were before them. You may become more patient, more focused, more confident, more grateful. You may learn to stop worrying about small things because you have already survived much bigger problems. Don't let your difficult experiences become the reason you stop believing in yourself. Let them become part of your strength. When life knocks you down, give yourself permission to breathe. Take a moment to recover, but then stand up again. You don't have to pretend that everything is okay. You simply have to believe that things can get better. Every challenge you overcome adds another layer to your strength. Every time you choose to continue, you become more resilient. Every time you refuse to let failure define you, you become stronger. One day, you may face a new challenge that seems impossible, but you will remember everything you've already survived. You will remember that you have fallen before and gotten back up. And that memory will give you courage. So don't be ashamed of your struggles. They are part of your journey. Your hardest days may be shaping you into the person you need to become. Keep going, keep learning, keep growing, because sometimes the greatest strength is not found in avoiding the storm. It is found in learning how to walk through it.